Hi, I'm Mark Montgomery. I'm founder and CEO of KYIeld. I wanted to share a recent article I wrote that covers one of the most difficult problems facing organizations on their way to realizing the benefits of artificial intelligence. The title of the article is Metamorphic Transformation with Enterprisewide Artificial Intelligence. And I start the article by looking at a survey that was done by McKinsey that confirmed what those of us in the trenches already realize, which is that only 21% of the survey respondents are in organizations that have any functionality at all between business units or departments. So this is a recurring problem that has been going on for decades in information technology that creates silos and dysfunction in organizations. The root problem is that it's much easier to gain funding, whether it's internally or externally, for small projects. So the consulting firms all suggest to start small, much easier to get funded, and then learn and grow from there. There's multiple problems with that advice that organizations are not aware of. One is that it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to morph a small project into a unified system that is competitive for the organization. So it may well be the right way to go for consultants in a service model or internally to get a system going and to learn about artificial intelligence, gain the skills. But unfortunately, it's not what the organizations need to survive and thrive. And so the physics determines this. That's why it's so important and why the KYIeld OS was designed in the way that it is from inception 22 years ago. I'll just focus on three quick areas I don't discuss in the article that are examples of why this is so important. And one is security, second is prevention, and the third is enhanced productivity. Now, security, as most people realize in networks and organizations today, is a very high priority. If you have weak links in the chain, if you have holes in the network, if it's not a really good system that's designed very well and installed across the network, chances are extremely good. In fact, it's almost a certainty that at some point you will have a major security problem. And increasingly now we're dealing with bots, AI-enhanced bots, that will very rapidly, very aggressively find a way in. So that's one area. We don't solve all the problems, but in our system, in our architecture, we have security that others don't because we focus on different things, we collect different data, etc. The second issue on prevention, we have a whole HumCat program dedicated to prevention of large crises in organizations. This is actually the most expensive thing that can occur in a company. So if companies are actually concerned about dollars and cents, they will be absolutely focused on prevention of these large crises. But unfortunately, they don't have the systems in place to prevent them. And so this is one reason. You have these silos, these little projects. I've had many conversations at the CFO, CEO level, CIO level, that don't understand that this is a physical requirement for it to work. There's very specific architecture and functionality in these systems that must be followed, or the systems won't work. You won't be able to prevent it. There's nothing anyone can do about that. That's just a physics-driven reality. And so another problem with prevention is that many of these realized very large crises, realized risks, have included internal realized risks, internal actors, some of which have been senior engineers. So it needs to be installed in a very specific way to meet fundamental risk management principles in artificial intelligence. It has to have the right governance, etc. So another one, in AI-enhanced productivity, very important for the individual organizations. The most productive companies in each industry or overall tend to be the most successful. The least productive tend to be those that go out of business. They take on too much debt. They don't have enough productivity to work themselves out of debt. Same goes for countries. More public debt means more productivity is needed to be able to pay off that debt, to have increased quality of life for people. Essentially, all new wealth is a function of increased productivity. So it's very important to have that. There again, the dynamic between business units and departments and individuals, how that interacts, very, very important to get that right. And so you need the right systems in place before you actually have the smaller functions and the machine learning and the other artificial intelligence algorithmics operating on top of the system to be able to do it. Now, here's the problem. The big competitors, the most successful companies in the world, have native digital networks. Like our company, they're built from scratch to do that. The difference is they're out there in the industry. Some of those are competing with your companies, and in many cases are winning. When you come to a network situation, you have a digital network that's designed well. It can't compete in things like e-commerce and networks with companies that are facing silos and all these problems. So it's very important to get this right. So please go ahead and take a look. Follow the link underneath the video and let me know what you think. Send me questions. Happy to respond. Thank you.